Hey everyone, welcome back to English Podcast for You. I'm Leo, and as always, I'm here with my good friend Lily. How are you doing today, Lily?
Hey, Leo. I'm doing really well, actually. Well, except for the fact that I spent about 30 minutes this morning just staring at my phone before I even got out of bed.
Wait, 30 minutes? That's actually not that bad for you, Lily. Usually it's, what, an hour?
Okay, don't call me out like that in front of everyone. But yeah, you're right. It's so easy to get pulled into our screens before our brain even wakes up.
It really is. And, that actually brings us right into what we wanted to talk about today. We're diving into how to deep work for 2 hours without ever glancing away, or basically how to focus deeply for hours without losing your mind.
Yes, I am so excited for this topic because honestly, focusing for long periods feels almost like a superpower these days, doesn't it?
It really does. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you sat down to work on something and you didn't check your notifications or open a new tab for 2 full hours?
Maybe 3 years ago? No, seriously though, it's extremely rare. Our attention span is just broken.
Yeah, but the good news is it doesn't have to stay that way. Today we're going to share some real practical ways to create a completely distraction-free environment so you can actually get into a flow state.
Ooh, flow state. That's one of my favorite terms. We should definitely break down what that means for our listeners who are learning English.
Absolutely. So when people talk about a flow state, they mean that feeling where you are so focused on what you're doing, the time just seems to disappear. You're not thinking about lunch, you're not checking the clock, you're just totally in the zone.
Exactly. It's when you zone in completely. You know, last week I was writing and suddenly I looked up and 2 hours had passed. It felt amazing because I was so deep in my work.
Wait, you actually focused for 2 hours straight without checking Instagram?
Hey, I can be disciplined when I want to be, but to be fair, I had to set up a totally distraction-free space to make that happen.
And that's key, isn't it? You can't just rely on willpower. Willpower runs out really fast. You have to design your surroundings so that focusing becomes the easiest choice.
Right, like putting your phone in another room. That single habit changed everything for me. If it's on my desk, even face down, my brain knows it's there.
Oh, 100%. There's actually research showing that just having your phone near you takes up mental energy because part of your brain is constantly resisting the urge to pick it up.
Really? Wow, that explains so much. It's like an invisible drag on your concentration.
Exactly. So step 1, if you want to zone in for a solid 2 hours, is to clean up your workspace, put the phone away, close all the unnecessary browser tabs, and close your door.
Yes, create a bubble, a quiet, peaceful, distraction-free bubble.
Now, Lily, what about the internal distractions? You know, when your room is totally silent, but your mind is running wild, like, did I pay the electricity bill? Or what am I going to eat for dinner?
Oh, my brain loves doing that. Right when I sit down to do deep work, my mind remembers every little task I forgot to do for the past week.
Same here. So what I do is keep a small notepad right beside me. If a random thought pops up, I just write it down quickly and tell myself, I'll deal with this later. That way, my brain lets it go and I can stay in the flow.
That is such a simple trick, but it works so well. It clears the mental clutter so you can keep your focus right where it needs to be.
Exactly. So to recap what we've covered so far for anyone practicing their listening,
We've talked about entering a flow state, making your space distraction-free, and learning how to zone in without letting internal or external distractions pull you away.
perfectly said. Now, another huge part of this is how you physically prepare your body before you sit down for a heavy session.
Physical preparation, like stretching or taking a run?
Well, you don't need to run a marathon, but simple things like having water nearby and making sure you aren't starving make a massive difference.
Oh, absolutely. If I'm hungry, my focus is completely shot. Every 10 minutes, I find myself walking to the kitchen looking for a snack.
Right. So you end up breaking your momentum, and momentum is everything when you're trying to zone in. Once you break it, it takes another 15 minutes just to get back into the groove.
That is so true. It's like driving a car. It takes a lot more energy to start moving after a full stop than it does to keep rolling along.
That's a great analogy, Lily. Keeping the momentum is the whole secret behind doing 2 full hours of solid, meaningful, deep work.
But Leo, let's be real for a second. 2 hours is a really long time for someone who isn't used to it. Should people start with 2 hours right away?
Honestly, no, definitely not. If you try to jump straight to 2 hours when you can barely manage 20 minutes, you're going to feel exhausted and disappointed.
Yeah, that would totally backfire.
Exactly. You have to train your brain like a muscle. Start with 20 minutes, then try 30, and slowly build your endurance over time.
Oh, like mental weightlifting. I love that idea. You start small, build confidence, and before you know it, sitting down for an hour or two feels completely natural.
Precisely. And when you reach that level of concentration, you realize how much faster you can actually achieve your goals, whether it's learning English, writing, or studying.
It really gives you so much time back in your day because you aren't wasting hours half working and half scrolling.
Exactly. Quality over quantity every single time.
You know, Leo, that quality over quantity idea really hits home. I used to sit at my desk for 6 or 7 hours thinking I was being productive, but in reality, I was just lingering.
Lingering is such a good word for it. It's like your body is in the chair, but your brain is miles away, floating around, thinking about random things.
Exactly. I was basically master of fake working. I'd reply to an email, look out the window, check my phone, reorganize my desk pens, and then wonder why I felt so tired at the end of the day.
It's exhausting because your brain never actually gets to relax, and it never actually gets to zone in either. You're stuck in this uncomfortable middle space.
Yeah, it's like mental quicksand. You're putting in energy, but you're not moving forward.
Right. So let's talk about another practical strategy that helps avoid that quicksand. Have you ever tried working in scheduled blocks with tiny rewards built in?
Oh, like the Pomodoro technique or something a bit different?
Similar, but customized for deep work. Instead of short 25-minute bursts, which can sometimes cut off your flow state too early, you set a timer for, say, 50 minutes.
50 minutes? That sounds a bit intense for a beginner.
It can be at first, but here's the magic trick. During those 50 minutes, you make a strict rule. No matter what happens, you do not switch tasks. You just stay with the one project.
Okay, so if I get stuck or feel bored, I don't open YouTube. I just sit with the discomfort for a second?
Yes, exactly that. Sitting with the discomfort is where the real growth happens. Most people flee the moment they feel stuck. They open a social media app just to escape that slight feeling of frustration.
Wow, that is so true. The moment a task gets hard, my thumb automatically reaches for my phone. It's like an automatic reflex.
It really is a reflex, but if you can train yourself to pause, breathe, and stay in your seat, the brain eventually surmounts the obstacle and you sink even deeper into your task.
And then after those 50 minutes are up, what happens?
That's when the reward comes in. You step away completely. You stand up, stretch, drink some water, or walk outside for 10 minutes. A total mental reset.
Okay, I like that part. The reward part sounds amazing. But wait, do you check your phone during that 10-minute break?
Honestly, it's better if you don't. If you check news or social media, you fill your brain with new, random information, and it makes it harder to zone in when you sit back down.
Oh, interesting. So even on the break, you keep it simple?
Yeah, keep it low stimulation. Let your brain rest, like a physical muscle between workout sets.
That makes total sense. It's like giving your mind a chance to breathe before diving back into the deep end.
Exactly. And when you do dive back in for the second 50-minute block, you'll notice it's actually easier to get back into the flow state because your brain didn't get overwhelmed during the pause.
So if you do two 50-minute blocks with a 10-minute break in between, that equals 2 full hours of high-quality, distraction-free work.
Bingo! You just achieved 2 hours of deep work without feeling burnt out or staring blankly at your screen.
That feels so much more doable than just staring at a clock, praying for 2 hours to pass.
Right? It breaks down this giant, intimidating mountain into 2 manageable steps.
I love that. But Leo, what if someone works in an office or a shared house where people are constantly walking in and asking questions?
Ah, the environment factor. That's a huge challenge when you're trying to stay distraction-free.
Yeah, because you can't exactly lock your boss out of the room or ignore your family.
Well, you shouldn't lock your boss out of the room. That might get you fired. But you can set soft boundaries.
Soft boundaries? How do you do that without being rude?
It's all about communication. You can simply tell your teammates or family, hey, I'm going to put on my headphones and focus intensely for the next hour. If it's not an emergency, can we catch up right after?
Oh, that's so polite and clear. Most people will actually respect that because they understand how hard it is to focus.
Exactly. People usually support you when you communicate clearly. Plus, wearing large, noise-canceling headphones is a great physical sign that says, I am currently in the zone.
Headphones are like a do not disturb sign for your head. Even if you aren't playing music, people see them and think twice before interrupting.
It's the universal code for, please let me focus.
What kind of audio do you listen to when you want to zone in? Do you listen to music with lyrics or instrumental stuff?
Oh, definitely non-vocal music. Words and music interfere with the words in your head, especially if you're writing or reading.
Yes. If I listen to song lyrics while trying to write an essay, I end up typing the lyrics into my document by accident.
Dear manager, I am writing to inform you, baby one more time.
Exactly. It's a complete mess. So ambient music, white noise, or video game soundtracks work best for keeping a distraction-free mind.
Video game soundtracks. That's a smart idea. Why those specifically?
Well, game designers build music specifically to help players focus without distracting them from the game. It keeps your energy up while keeping your focus steady.
That is brilliant. I never thought about it that way, but it makes total sense.
Try it next time. It really helps you glide right into a deep flow state.
I am definitely searching for a video game soundtrack as soon as we finish recording today.
You really should. It completely changed my study sessions. But Leo, there's another thing I wanted to bring up about staying focused for a solid 2 hours.
What's that, Lily?
Well, it's about energy levels. What do you do when you sit down, you have your non-vocal music playing, your phone is in another room, but you just feel totally exhausted?
Ah, the low energy trap. That is so real. You can have the most distraction-free setup in the world, but if your brain is tired, nothing happens.
Yes, you just stare at the blank document feeling guilty, and your mind keeps wandering anyway.
When that happens, you have to look at your timing. We all have natural high-energy windows during the day. Some people are sharpest at 7 in the morning, others zone in much better at 8 at night.
So trying to force 2 hours of deep work during your low energy time is basically fighting against your own biology.
Exactly. It's like swimming against a strong river current. You waste all your energy just trying to stay in one place.
That explains why my late afternoon work sessions always felt so painful. Around 3 in the afternoon, my brain just wants a nap, not heavy concentration.
3 in the afternoon is legendary for killing productivity. That's the perfect time for low brain power tasks, like clearing out your inbox or organizing files.
Right. Save the intense flow state for your peak hours when your brain is naturally awake and alert.
Exactly. Match the hard work to your highest energy.
That makes total sense. Well, Leo, this has been such a great discussion today. I feel like I have a solid plan for my next study session.
Me too. It always comes down to those simple steps, creating a distraction-free environment, building up your focus time gradually, and honoring your natural energy.
And using game music. Don't forget that one.
Of course, game music is top priority now. Well, to everyone listening out there, thank you so much for spending this time with us on English Podcast for You.
Yes, thank you all. We hope this conversation helps your English listening and gave you some useful ideas to zone in on your own goals.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep focusing, and take care, everyone.
Bye, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.